Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I'm your host, the Housecoat Gamer. Time for time in a bottle. Let's meet Nog and find the Krenim, shall we?
We have a lead on the Krenim. Voyager went to Krenim space looking for them a few months ago, but didn't find much more than a Vaadwaur and some anomalous sensor readings. But now, we found a Ferengi selling what he claims are Krenim artifacts. You are authorized to negotiate with the Ferengi and obtain these artifacts. Follow the trail where it leads. We need a weapon against the Icodians. And the Vaadwaur have gone to a great deal of trouble to keep whatever secrets the Krenim have out of our hands.
I know. Technically, I'm using a ship that hadn't came out yet when the Iconian War started, but this is a limited space combat mission, and well,
welcome to
a science ship is perfect for that. And a lot of other things. Oh god, it's gonna be one of those long load fests, isn't it? Stupid load times. Now, let's talk to the receptionist.
May I help you? Oh, wait, you must be. I'm sorry, but the business facilitator is busy at the moment and cannot be disturbed.
We had an appointment.
Yes, but Quen left me explicit instructions about this. He's in the middle of a delicate negotiation to triple his profits on the sale of a rare Delta Quadrant artifact, and cannot be disturbed.
Of course. You can't trust a Ferengi to agree to a deal and stick with it as far as you can throw them. Unless, of course, they're Rom. You can trust Rom. He's a Ferengi of his word. Everyone else isn't. Bloody old schoolers.
Maybe, let's see, it was something. Krenim, I think? Oh, Delta Quadrant treasures are all the rage right now. Artifacts from cultures the Vaadwaur wiped out are particularly valuable. Quen's made quite a bit of latinum bringing them back through the gateways. Now, that profit-sharing plan he promised me hasn't materialized, but is it my place to complain?
Actually, yes. Because Drozana Station is technically within Federation space, they have to follow our rules. And our rules say all business agreements must be equal and fair.
I'm sorry, but my instructions were very clear. Well, I'm sorry, but I need this job. I'm trying to save up enough for a ticket off this station.
Well, how about I give you a shuttlecraft? How does that sound?
You can? What am I saying? You have a starship, of course you can. Go on ahead. Quen and the other buyer are in the cargo bay, but you better hurry. They were trying to get the deal finalized before you could stop them. Thank you so much.
Shuttlecraft, the most expendable things in the world. I'll just have the Federation IFF beacon removed, so, well, nobody can mistake it as a Starfleet-owned vessel. Now, I believe you two need to give me that artifact, or I'll take it from your corpses.
Not so fast. The gentleman with the rather imposing associates over there has just made a very competitive offer for the device. Care to make a counterbid?
You made an agreement with us. Follow it.
You said there weren't any other buyers, Quinn. Now what do I see? Starfleet stooges here to cause trouble. Guards, get these riffraff out of here so I can conclude my deal in peace.
I'm taking that artifact whether you like it or not. They never learn.
Fine! I'll add what I was going to pay those guards to my offer.
Hold it! I am Nog, son of Grand Nagus Rom. And I am a Ferengi. And when you deal with these people, you deal with me. You have a choice. Either deal with me, or I ask my father to have a word with the liquidators about your poor business practices.
Well, I'm sure we could come to an understanding.
That's what I thought. Now, kiss the staff. Get out! Not you, Quinn.
Prepare to get what's coming to you. Oh look, your mercenaries now work for me. That's disappointing.
Here's my best offer. How about we agree on a price, and you get your Delta Quadrant doodad, and I leave. Everyone's happy.
I'm getting it for free whether you like it or not.
No? Fine. How about I answer your questions and maybe then I get to leave? But let's get on with it. Every minute I stand here, I'm losing a strip of latinum. Time is a very valuable commodity.
I don't care.
The device is Krenim in origin. Specifically, it's from the Krenim Imperium. Constructed sometime in the mid-22nd century, if I had to take a guess. Strange piece of technology. I haven't seen anything else like it. Highly advanced, and it has hallmarks of Krenim work, but it's, odd. Definitely odd. The Vaadwaur, that's what! At one point, the Krenim Imperium held more than 200 star systems in the Delta Quadrant. They lost some of that territory in a couple wars, but overall they were doing well. Not the biggest business in the quadrant, but not the smallest either. When the Vaadwaur started their war, Gaul took a special interest in the Krenim. Bombed them back to the Stone Age, and then some. As far as anyone knows, the Krenim are basically extinct these days. I picked it up from a Talaxian who wanted to trade for supplies. He told me he got it from the, Kayana system. That was it. There used to be a Krenim colony there, but it's gone now, just like the rest of their empire.
The proper pronunciation is Kiana, as said in Year of Hell, Parts 1 and 2.
The Talaxian wasn't very clear on that. He just said, gone. If I'd asked any more questions, he might have increased his price.
Of course.
As a show of good faith to the son of the Nagus, I'm willing to tell you for free. But don't let this get around. It would ruin my reputation as a businessman. The device emits some unusual energy readings. The shielding may have malfunctioned, or maybe it's not fully operational anymore. I'm not sure. But that's why I'm selling it as an antique. As is, and no refunds.
This is why you don't trust Ferengi at all.
Do I look like a member of the Vulcan Science Academy to you? I don't know. It's yours now. You paid for it. You figure it out. I hope it doesn't blow up your ship.
I heard that.
Now, may I go so we can put all this unpleasantness behind us? I want to drown my sorrows in a comet cocktail and think about all the profit I didn't earn today.
Up yours. Now get out of here before I decide to kill you.
Don't let the staff of Obus and these good looks fool you. I'm here as a Starfleet officer, and I don't normally flaunt my family connections. But in this case, it seemed like the best way to solve the problem. So I borrowed my dad's second best staff.
Why is he still here? Is this a bug?
Interesting. I know Voyager encountered the Krenim during the journey, and Tuvok was looking for survivors of the Vaadwaur purges. For now, though, perhaps we should concentrate on learning what we can from this device.
Alright, let's get this done.
Quinn left without taking down his security, but fortunately I know how to get around it. This isn't a very sophisticated system. It's hardly worth the latinum he paid for it. If we overload the EPS conduits, we'll create a cascade failure in the system that the control protocols won't be able to handle. That should drop the force field.
Easily done.
It's true. I grew up interested. Quick, I
Sorry.
think we can overload the EPS conduits in the corner there.
We all know Nog's story.
Now that the power flow is disrupted, we can override the administrative access requirement.
I mean, I'm sorry if anyone actually wants to read that, but me, Jorn, and Take can show you later.
The controls are... Yes! Over here by the artifact. Excellent. Now we can get a good look at this. The waveforms aren't like anything I've seen before. Think I'm getting something. This is definitely Krenim in origin. And Quinn was right on the age. I'm also seeing some repeating elements in the base code, almost like a signature. And that strange energy Quinn was talking about is actually chronotons. A lot of chronotons. And chronotons mean temporal manipulation. This little box just got a lot more interesting.
Say it with me, everybody. I hate temporal mechanics.
I'll take the device back to my ship, the Chimera, and have a look while we're on the way to the Kiana system. From what I understand, Voyager sent an away team to the Kiana system a few weeks ago, but they encountered some resistance and were forced to pull back before they can find what they were looking for. But now that we have this, maybe we'll be able to find what remains of the Krenim, if there's anything left to find.
To the Delta Quadrant with us.
I've explored many places as a Starfleet officer, but this is my first time seeing the Delta Quadrant. According to Quinn, the Krenim artifact came from this system. I hope we haven't come all this way just to chase ghosts. I've had a chance to look at the Krenim device, although I'm not sure how to activate it yet. It's definitely designed for temporal manipulation, although I don't think it would enable someone to travel through time. It's almost like a step sideways, if that makes any sense at all. I'll keep working on it and let you know if I learn anything more. Voyager's preliminary scans of the system turned up a number of anomalies, but nothing conclusive. According to Krenim records, though, there's supposed to be an M-class planet in this system. We're not reading anything like that on the sensors.
We shall see, won't we?
Could be. Let's check that wreckage out first. It might give us a better idea of what happened out here. And we should be on the lookout for Vaadwaur. Preliminary scans indicate they've been actively patrolling through this system.
Even after I save Eldex from the Iconians, they still want to work for them. No wonder everyone was pissed off when the Iconian War started.
Keep an eye out for Vaadwaur. They're still patrolling this area.
They weren't exactly happy that the Vaadwaur decided to stay with the Iconians. Honestly, I didn't care at the time. All I cared about was just more missions, more content. But now...
If I had to place a bet, I'd say that wreckage is where this artifact was found. Heads up! Vaadwaur on an intercept course.
The perfect use for a science ship. Oops. Good for single targets, and supporting killing dreadnoughts, obviously, but not so good for mass targets.
The wreckage appears to be Krenim. The weapon signatures are definitely Vaadwaur. According to Voyager, the Krenim were a fairly small society. There are more Vaadwaur. There had to be a reason the Vaadwaur went out of their way to target them.
Okay, let's hear what Nog has to say.
There are more Vaadwaur on an intercept course, but we may be able to avoid them. I suggest we use the mineral content of the asteroids I've marked to conceal our energy signatures. Vaadwaur sensors aren't as good as ours. Most of their technological advantage appears to be directed toward making better weapons. So it should work, as long as we don't attract their attention before we get out of their path.
Good idea. Hide.
Heralds! They must be looking for that Vardwar patrol. I don't think those heralds detected us. Let's hope they don't come back this way.
Oh, but they will. They always do. Of course, I'm going to have to deal with a bug in a minute, where an Iconian ship is moving so quickly, it zooms across the moon.
Heralds inbound! The Vardwar must have gotten a signal out. So much for our investigation.
Yeah. Oops.
There was something about the Krenim that was such a threat to the Vardwar and the Iconians that they're still patrolling the old Krenim systems. If we can find more Krenim technology, or maybe unlock what we have, we might be able to find out what is so important. That could be something the Alliance can use against the Iconians. I recommend that the Chimera and your ship patrol the outer system while we take an away team to the surface. I'll bring the device and keep trying to learn more about it. This doesn't make sense. There's nothing here that would cause the readings I was seeing from orbit, but there are traces of chronotron particles. I've never known chronotrons to appear naturally without some sort of temporal manipulation going on, but there's nothing here. I'm starting to come up with a theory, but I need some more data. I recommend we take some additional scans.
Alright. Sorry, I have a little bit of a throg in my throat.
Exactly, but we need to be quick. Those patrols we encountered in orbit will be missed soon. I'm going to order the Chimera to try to avoid contact, but warn us if more ships arrive. These tall spires are charged with temporal energy. Curious. It's almost like it's in a state of temporal... I need to get some scans. There's something going on. There are more mineral deposits over there. There's a resonant frequency here that's not natural.
Temporal manipulation is never natural. It's always
I'm reading another anomaly ahead.
It's always caused by unnatural means, like someone screwing with time.
These anomalies have a shape, like a warp field, but not quite the same. The only other place I've seen sensor readings like this was in the wormhole.
And then... uh-oh.
There! Behind those rocks! Hurry! They'll be here any moment! This area looks defensible. Get ready. I have an idea. We need to use the device. I've been trying to activate it, and I've almost got it. Keep them busy. If I can get it working, I should be able to conceal us.
Work quickly.
Here they come!
To avoid instant death, I'm going to need a small army. Well, there goes that recruitment. Uh-oh.
More reinforcements inbound!
One directed energy weapon for single target annihilation, and the Thompson for, well, for mass mook annihilation.
Watch out! There's more of them!
I'm aware, Nog. Would you mind getting that device operational?
I need more time to align these frequencies! Almost there. Just one more connection and that should...
Well, that bug really needs to go away. It's almost like they can't truly like the game really doesn't get the player has their own weapons and doesn't always have a fleet phaser rifle. Or disruptor rifle, or whatever. That kinda needs to stop. Now for the last stand. Ah, but here's the question. Are they the ambushers or the ambushees? Because they're on the losing side of it. Now, I was about 20 feet away from that, wasn't I? Well outside of smacking range of those arms. So... yeah, I would suggest that the boys at Cryptic learn to make sure melee is equal for everybody.
If you'll forgive the pun, I managed to buy us some time.
That is a bad pun, Captain, but I'll live with it.
It's taken me some time to convince the Krenim to help us, but they finally agreed. Remember how I said the device could remove someone from the time stream? It did. That's where we are now, in the temporal bubbles, and how we perceive time in here is a little different than outside. That's why the Heralds can't see us. We're out of their timelines, out of all timelines, in fact. While we're here, it's almost like we don't exist.
And not existing is an improvement?
No one's shooting at us. I think that's a good thing. The Krenim are... they're a little touchy. Almost being driven to extinction by the Vaadwaur has made them suspicious. But they're willing to talk to us if we help them stabilize the temporal energy. I suggest we help. I wouldn't want to be in here if the fields collapse.
No one does.
I've had some time to observe you and Captain Nog, and your actions make it clear that you are no friend of the Vaadwaur or the Heralds. This does not, however, assure me that you will be allies to my people. The Krenim have lost much. Our empire is gone, and our people have been killed or scattered. We are what remains, and I will do whatever I must to protect this system, even if it means leaving you to face the Heralds alone.
Good point.
You have already repaired some of our emitters that were damaged by the attack, but there is more yet to do. Should our temporal equipment fail, this location will be instantly overrun by Heralds. If that happens, none of us will survive.
Alright, let's get to work.
More of our emitters must be realigned, and there are other pieces of equipment my people are already working to repair. Assist my team, and then we will talk again.
Alright, let's get to fixing. I'm not going to talk to anybody because, well, I'm not going to get any extraneous pieces of information. I mean, if you really want that, I can set up a, hi, here's all the commentary in a single, no commentary vid.
The temporal compensators are out of alignment. They help keep us at a stable point in the timeline. If they fail completely, we could end up lost in time. Grab a hyperspanner. We need to get this fixed before the drift coefficient moves out of the safe zone.
Fixie, fixie, fixie. Realign, disconnect, reconnect.
Good. I'll put the next location on your tricorder.
It's always a little annoying that you have to do that. One would think disconnecting the buffer, realigning the crystals, then reconnecting the buffer would actually solve the problem.
Your fight overloaded some of the power couplings we used to moderate the temporal flow. If we had a contained space like the technology was originally designed for, this wouldn't be a problem. But we keep pushing the boundaries of what these flow modulators will do. I'm rerouting the power to take stress off the damaged couplings. But first, we need to get this capacitor aligned and ready for the transfer.
Okay, now it's starting to look like something.
Hold this. No, hold it right next to the bracket, or the spanner won't... There. Got it, thanks. Something is putting too much stress on these components. I'm not sure what it is, but we don't have enough spare parts to keep rebuilding this transceiver. Grab a tricorder and run a level 3 diagnostic. Maybe there are some microfractures. If we can find and repair those, this should hold out until I can fabricate a new unit.
Alrighty then. Scan, formulate, repair.
That should do it.
Now let's talk to the Krenim leader again.
You've shown you're willing to help. Now perhaps we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Really?
We have Anorax's plans, but not the... Interesting. The Heralds are opening a gateway.
Wait, what?
The repairs should be enough.
I beg mercy, Great One. It appears they used a cloaking device and escaped.
You are forgiven. Make preparations to depart.
As you command.
An interesting development.
These sentients have proven to be resourceful. Already they have thwarted our plan to bring in the Solanae fleet. And yet they injured even you, Ticket. I advise caution. They are more dangerous than they appear.
We should rend their worlds asunder. Spill Valiant's blood until it fills the oceans. It is time to strike.
I understand you want vengeance, but we must not act in haste.
We will continue with our plan. The whole must be as one. The centuries to rebuild our bonds. We cannot risk more loss. The whole machine has won. The campaign will continue as planned.
What is Nog doing? Bugs. That's the only solution.
They couldn't see us? There were Iconians right in front of us and nothing. They had no idea we were here. We were completely safe.
The only protection left to my people is our ability to manipulate time. But it is something we must do with great care. Even the most innocuous of changes can ripple through reality in unexpected ways.
Oh, aren't we familiar with that? Anorak's really screwed up there.
My people and I have made Anorax's theories of temporal manipulation our lives' work. In at least one temporal variant, his ship made the Krenim Imperium the undisputed masters of this region of space. If only we could recreate that vessel. Anorax designed a ship, a wondrous vessel that could manipulate the time streams and erase elements in an attempt to bring about a desired result. Our records show that he even attempted to use this vessel to restore the Krenim's fortunes, but he was defeated by an unknown alliance.
Voyager.
Afterward, the Krenim Imperium declined, as perhaps was its fate all along. We were diminished, but content to let time progress as it would, until the Vaadwaur.
Lovely.
The first Krenim worlds to fall managed to warn the others. When the Vaadwaur came, we hid ourselves in the time stream. It was the only way we survived. Before the Vaadwaur arrived, we were working on a relic. It was a replica of Anorax's time ship. With it, we could have gone back and eliminated the Vaadwaur threat before it even began.
And possibly made things worse.
The Vaadwaur's assault on the Imperium took too much from us. Now we possess Anorax's work, but not the means to bring it to life. You have seen what our technology can do. We have the designs. You have the manpower and the materials. Perhaps your governments would be interested in mutual cooperation. Allow us a chance to undo what the Vaadwaur did, and we will give you something that will erase your enemies from time itself.
Enlightened self-interest. I love that.
There's more here than what you've seen.
You've hidden the entire planet?
Yes, we removed ourselves from the time stream to stay alive. With your help, we can change everything.
You hid an entire planet, but you can't build this time ship on your own?
We have the plans. Our resources are almost gone.
We have shipyards, workers, and all the materials you could need.
Precisely. We revealed ourselves to you as a gesture of good faith. What will you do in return?
The Iconians and the Heralds are gone. It's safe to resync with our time and contact our ships. But this is huge. A whole Krenim colony that survived the Vaadwaur? One that has temporal technology that even the Iconians can't counter? A weaponized time ship that can erase entire civilizations like they never existed? This could change the entire war. We could have a chance now.
The ability to make yourself immune to all weapons fire. This would help. The Iconians wouldn't be able to destroy you, but you could kill them back. Why does Keanu Prime look like a giant Voltorb? No. Electrode. That's worse. It's gonna blow up, isn't it?
Temporal mechanics is not a complication we need, but this weapon they are proposing sounds intriguing. You and Captain Nog were correct in thinking the Alliance would be interested in investigating such a thing. Personally, I approve of anything the Iconians might fear. Kapla!
I just know, and this is where it really goes downhill. Housecoat Gaming signing off.